Hold on, I just want to make sure it works. Oh, whoa. Oh, no, that's the, do I do this? What? Alright, that's pretty cool.
Okay. It's live. Go ahead.
Hi. What's up? Just filling up.
Hey, what's with that strange car you're driving? It's not just any car, it's an electric car. All I have to do is charge every night. No gas, no emissions.
Hey Jack, you're driving a strange car too. Is that electric?
No, this is a hybrid car. It uses a gasoline engine along with an electric engine together.
Well, since we're talking about cars, the driving habits are important too.
Yeah, we have cars running on gasoline, but they can be efficient too, if used right. Hey Thornton, didn't we see a seminar on cars the other day?
Yeah, we did. Here, let me pull it up.
I'm Dr. Powell. This is my cousin. We're some Enthusiast. Very true. The premise of today's lecture is the effects of automobiles on the environment and oneself. To start with, we'll give you a little background information. Dr. Powell? As you know, the automobile industry really didn't take off until the early 2000s. At the time, many cars would have tetra and lead, but very young. At the time, in 1922, tetra and lead was the leading component in production. The use of lead in gasoline stopped in 1988, but the pollution from automobiles didn't. Cars still emit carbon monoxide today. Carbon monoxide is an odorless, colorless gas that is made when carbon and fuel is not completely. Particular matter, a heterogeneous mixture of solid particles and liquid droplets, is another The aforementioned pollutants are a major threat to the environment. The greenhouse gas effect is when the atmosphere traps in solar radiation caused by cars. In addition to carbon monoxide and particular matter, the gas carbon dioxide is one of these pollutants. Did you know that the average automobile emits about 5.2 metric tons of carbon dioxide today? Therefore, it also contributes to the dangers of the greenhouse gas effect. Not only do these pollutants harm the environment, they are a danger to the individual as well. Just by being outside in a city or walking from the parking lot to an appointment, you could be at risk because of automobile pollution. People breathe in mass amounts of carbon dioxide each day. Carbon monoxide binds to hemoglobin in red blood cells 200 times more easily than oxygen does. Therefore, it interferes with the vital transportation of oxygen to the tissues. A question many people have during this seminar is, if certain people are more susceptible to auto pollution than others. Yes, the elderly, children, and people with health problems are more susceptible to the effects of air pollution. A study conducted on a group of children between the ages 7 and 11 found that respiratory disorders worsened as auto pollution increased. People with cardiovascular disease are at increased risk because of automobile pollution. However, as I mentioned earlier, everyone is at risk because everyone breathes pollution. Also, many people wonder about the pollutant smog. I'm sure you've all heard a bit about it, but I thought this would be a great time to tell you. Smog is a combination of the words smoke and fog, ending up with smog. If smog is too heavy in one area, it has the capability of smothering. Like in the incident in 1952 in London, England, the smog was so heavy that it smoked. And today we use smog to describe the result of visible amounts of air pollution in the air, especially these. Thank you for your time. Now that we've explained automobile pollution and its effect on the environment and oneself, you can go home, back to class, or wherever you are going. But we're hopeful that you take this information with you and use it to educate others and be an active part of the cause. Thank you.
Wow, that was really helpful. I didn't know that carbon monoxide and smog is such a big issue to the environment and human health.
My car is running on ethanol, which is a renewable fuel source.
How does it work?
Well, I know the basics, but here's a cool video that shows the details.
Hello, my name is Dr. Adam Westerfield-Vincent, PhD, and my goal is to educate you on the importance of ethanol. First, let me tell you how ethanol is made. Ethanol is made from corn, which is ground up into flour, sometimes called meal. The meal is mixed with water to create a mash. Ingredients such as enzymes, sugar, and ammonia are added. The mash is processed at a high temperature and added into fermenters. The fermenters convert it to ethanol and CO2. It seems complicated, but it really doesn't take too much effort. Ethanol is being used and produced more and more globally, and the number is growing immensely. In the European Union, 1,199.31 million gallons of ethanol were produced in 2011. In North and Central America, 14,401.34 million gallons were produced, and the list goes on and on. In 2011, over 1 billion gallons of ethanol were exported by the U.S. Ethanol is also helping lower the dependence on foreign oil. Foreign oil dependence in the U.S. was at its peak in 2005 at 60%. Since then, the dependence has been dropped drastically. New fuels in America have dropped the dependence to under 50%. Domestically, 25% of fuel for gasoline engines is ethanol. The government uses $825 billion a year on securing foreign oil. What's more, the U.S. have been throwing money into fossil fuels when an easy, sustainable solution has been right under our noses. In 2010, the U.S. has subsidized almost $500 billion in global fossil fuels, and the subsidies are constantly rising. Projections show that by 2020, subsidies for fossil fuels could rise to $660 billion. Ethanol is also helping the economy. In 2011, 26% of net corn use is ethanol. 13.9 million gallons of ethanol were produced in 2011. The national GDP has been raised $42.4 billion from ethanol, and household income has increased by $29.9 billion. Ethanol supports jobs like engineering, chemistry, and accounting, and has increased the market value for all of its ingredients. The reason ethanol isn't the new source of the world is ethanol is produced from corn, which is a food source. This makes it expensive. However, ethanol is going to be produced by many more products in the future, including rice straw, sugarcane bagasse, and corn stover, municipal solid waste, and energy crops. Once these new technologies are at work, ethanol will be an extremely important resource that will reduce the reliance on fossil fuels and help change the world.
Pretty cool, huh? I'll say.
Another solution is not to be a more responsible driver, but to drive a more responsible car.
What do you mean by that?
What he means is that instead of driving a traditional car, you should drive a hybrid.
Or an electric car.
What are those?
A hybrid is a vehicle that runs on an internal combustion engine in tandem with a electric engine.
In contrast, an electric vehicle is a car that runs only on electricity.
So which is better?
Well, that depends. Each is better in a certain situation. If you have a long commute, you should drive a hybrid because it has longer range.
If you have a shorter commute, you should drive an EV because they are better for the environment with zero emissions and range will not be an issue.
We only know simple facts. Here's a video from 2 car salesmen.
Hello, my name is Woody Anderson. This is my partner, Woody Anderson.
Today we will be teaching you the advantages and disadvantages of hybrid and electric vehicles.
An advantage to electric vehicles is that since they're electric, you won't need to stop for gas. A disadvantage is that it takes 8 hours to fully charge a lithium-ion battery. This won't be a problem though if you plan ahead.
So you're saying that since I don't plan out my day ahead of time, I shouldn't drive an electric vehicle?
Not exactly. I'm saying you should just always remember to charge.
Okay, I think most people can handle that.
What are the advantages and disadvantages to hybrids?
An advantage of hybrid vehicles is that you can use gasoline if needed, so you don't need to rely entirely on the electric battery. The operator can make stops at the pump while using electricity too, which allows the operator to get high gas mileage. The Toyota Prius, for example, runs solely on electric motor at low speeds in tandem with the gasoline engine at medium speeds and only on the gasoline engine at above 60 miles per hour. This means that if you usually don't drive on highways, you don't really even need to use any gasoline. A disadvantage of hybrid vehicles is that they cost more than a regular car. So if you're not driving a lot, it might not be the best choice.
Speaking of cost, the electric vehicle has the same problem. They are expensive. But though it may seem like you're overpaying for a car, since you're not buying gas, it will only take a few years for your car to start paying for itself. Also, like all consumer products, if more people buy them, they will be in high demand and the price will go down.
Exactly, that's how it is for hybrids too.
Another problem with the electric vehicle is range. Electric vehicles like the Nissan Leaf and the Chevy Volt can only go about 70 miles on a single charge. That doesn't seem like very much, but the average American only drives about 40 miles a day, and that means electric vehicles have more than enough range.
Well, thank you for watching, and we hope this helps you make the smart decision about a car, according to your situation, of course.
So which of these solutions is best for me?
Well, that depends on what you're willing to do.
If you decide you don't want to buy a new car, try supporting the economy by using ethanol.
If you decide that you don't want, if you decide that you want to really try to help the environment, try driving a hybrid or an electric vehicle.
What if I want to keep the car I have?
Well, then you should just try improving your driving habits.
Right. That means you should go easy on the gas pedal, don't idle, and when possible, use cruise control. Things like these really help.
See, there's a solution for everyone. If you don't want to change much, just improve your driving habits. Or you can get a hybrid or an electric vehicle or start using ethanol.
Okay. Were they there?